Bill and Ben, Bill and Ben, Bill and Ben, Bill and Ben, flower pot men, flower pot men, flower pot men, Bill and Ben, Bill and Ben, flower pot men.
Once upon a time, there was a little house. And all round the house was a beautiful garden. Down at the bottom of the garden was a place where the man who worked in the garden left his things while he went into the house to have his dinner.
Gordon won't eat salads, hates them, says he can't see the point, not worth the sitting down for. Talk about, I don't know.
Oh, men.
Men. I mean, me, I like a nice salad. I think they're wholesome.
As long as you wash them properly these days.
Yeah.
I even wash the outside of a satsuma now, before I peel it. Well, you're using the same fingers to put it in your mouth, aren't you?
Terrible.
But we've had some lovely salads lately. I like to vary them. You know, variety. Sometimes I do a baked potato. Or pasta, that's nice.
I don't know what I'm going to do. Talk about fussy eater. I'd like to do something with a cauliflower. I've seen some beautiful collies. Waste of time.
Have you tried them on macaroni? Macaroni cheese with sauté courgettes. Colin loves that.
Nah, too fancy. Honestly, Lane, I'd just be cooking for the dustbin. You're lucky.
I know.
You are.
I am. I'm very lucky. I'm nice and normal, and my husband likes salads. Our sex life isn't horribly exciting. Don't you expect the initial romance to die down, I suppose?
You're lucky you had it to start with.
Yes, I did have it. But you expect it to pass into the deeper sort of love, don't you? Which isn't as wildly exciting. It isn't, but I suppose it's more reliable.
Well, I've turned to porn since we got the video. That's my thrill of the week. Sunday lunchtime, he's off down the pub, I have my bit of filth.
I'm nice and normal.
I'm basically a randy old cow.
We've got a cottage garden quilt cover. I'd been seeing it just about every time I opened a magazine, and eventually I thought to myself, do you know, that's just us. I can just see our bedroom. Especially with the coordinating curtains. I think poor Colin was a bit doubtful at first, but I pointed out how it brought the room in more, you know, more cosy. We have to point these things out, don't you? Especially being colourblind. You have to give him a reason. He loves it now.
Oh, shove off.
Oh.
What time is it?
Still 5 minutes.
Oh, that'll do. Bugger it. Sorry, loves. Closed. I hate young couples with their whole lives ahead of them.
We're thinking about starting a family in the near future. I'll be 26 this August.
I fancy doing it underwater with a big black man.
I think Colin will make a wonderful father. He's ever so good with our next-door neighbour's cat.
Oh, we'll just have to make do with a piece of haddock. I'm sick of trying to surprise him. There's no answer. We're closed.
What if it's head office?
Nah.
Well...
No.
They might.
What now?
Checking up?
Bastards. Utopia Travel. Can I help you? Hello? Sorry? Oh. All right, just a minute. It's Colin.
What?
It's Colin, your husband.
Colin? What's he doing?
He wants to speak to you.
Hello? Yes, this is me. What? What? Who is this? Colin who? What's your surname? Is this a hoax? What? What? Why? Are you guilty? Yes. Yes, I'll come straight away. You all right? Right.
Elaine. What is it? Is something up? You look like you just heard something terrible.
I have.
Well, what is it?
I think I better sit down.
Sit down, dear. Sit down.
I can't believe it.
What is it?
I'm stunned. I'm stunned.
You look stunned. What is it? Well, come on, love. You can tell me. I'm a friend as well as a colleague, aren't I?
Oh, Kath.
Come on, then.
I can't believe it.
Oh, just say it, Elaine. Just tell me.
Colin's been arrested.
What?
I know.
What?
I can't believe it.
Arrested?
Arrested.
What you mean? What you mean?
He's been removed from his place of work by plainclothes police officers and locked up in a typical police station cell without his tie, his shoelaces, his belt or his cigarettes.
You mean properly?
Colin.
Bloody hell. Why?
What?
Why?
Because he's guilty.
Oh.
Life, eh? Makes you wonder what we was all put here for, doesn't it? 1 minute, ticking along nicely, minding your own business, and the next minute, wallop.
Should all have been born brainless, ask me. Just let our bodies get on with it. I could stand here quite happy without a brain. I don't want to know.
No.
I don't.
No?
No.
No?
Especially not now.
Now.
No.
You don't know?
I don't know anything. I don't know anything.
He's on a charge of theft.
Theft? But what for?
Theft for thieving, lady. That's what for.
I don't believe it. I don't know anything about it.
Well, it's too bad if you do, and too bad if you don't. Now we're gonna need to see all your personal and joint bank statements, checkbooks, savings account books, building society, post office.
Right then, let's get this over and done with, shall we? This is a police station interview. I'm Detective Constable Brunton, and you're the wife of the accused, Mr. Colin Fletcher. Is that perfectly clear?
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad you're prepared to be docile and cooperative.
When can I see my husband, please?
When I let you, Mrs. Fletcher, which will be after you've answered a few more questions, then I'll leave you alone so you can sweat it out a bit longer. And eventually you'll be invited to meet your husband outside this door and you can go home with him. Pending his trial, of course.
But I've already been sitting here for, I'm sure it must be over an hour.
Are you making a complaint, madam?
I just want to see him.
So you'd like to make a complaint about being kept waiting, would you?
No, I'm just saying I want to...
Mrs. Fletcher, do you honestly expect us to give you an easy time over this?
Sorry?
You are the wife of an accused man, are you not?
I'm sorry.
Just answer the question, please, yes or no.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry, but am I under arrest as well?
What for? Have you committed a crime?
No.
Then why are you asking me such an aggressively stupid question? Is it because you're feeling guilty, Mrs. Fletcher?
No, I...
Really? You're looking very uncomfortable.
I-
Very flushed.
I'm not.
Please don't lie to me, Mrs. Fletcher. You know perfectly well that you're looking flushed and uncomfortable.
Because you're making me.
And what?
You're making
Oh,
me...
so this is my fault, is it?
Sorry?
You'd like to tell me that all this is my fault, would you?
No,
Are you sure it isn't your fault, Mrs. Fletcher? Are you sure it isn't you that's behind all this?
I don't know what you mean.
Don't wriggle, please. Don't wriggle, Mrs. Fletcher. Just tell me what you were planning on.
Sorry?
Nice holiday, was it? New car, new kitchen.
I don't know what...
Oh, come on, come on. Surely you don't expect me to believe that your husband had the initiative, do you?
What?
Would you say he was a man of initiative?
What do you mean?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm confusing you. Let me put it another way. Would you say that your husband was the sort of man to do something behind your back?
No.
Oh, you tend to discuss things, do you? Talk things over between you?
Most things...
Most things, I see. And what sort of things don't you talk about, Mrs. Fletcher? What little secrets do you keep from each other? Did he tell you about his affair with a girl from work?
What?
What's her name? Miss Taylor, yes. Did he tell you about Miss Taylor?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, that isn't a crime.
Look, I don't know anything about this. I don't know anything. I just want to see Colin. Why don't you let me see Colin? What do you want me for? I just want to see Colin.
Oh, Mrs. Fletcher, please. Look, can I offer you a cigarette?
I don't smoke.
Well, I'll feel better for one, I suspect. Calms me down. Now, look, love. I'm clearly just another ordinary human being with a difficult job to do. Okay? I have to find out if you're involved in this or you're not. Now, you say you're not, your husband says you're not, and I'm just testing you out, okay? I'm sorry I had to ask you about Miss Taylor. It was just a hunch I was working on, and maybe I mishandled it. I'm sorry, okay? Well, to be quite frank, I don't suppose you're going to fall for my charm no matter how I behave, are you? Which is a shame for me, personally, because you've got a blatantly female body and it wouldn't take much for me to fancy your knickers off, and there you go, you're all flushed again, aren't you? Which is the name of the game, I'm afraid, because your whole world's turned a bit basic all of a sudden. I hate to say this to you, love, but You had your last taste of being as nice and normal over 2 hours ago. I feel sorry for you, love.
Oh, come on, come on.
Friday night. All off to the West Country, I expect.
Arseholes. Did you pick up my lighter?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. We won't say anything now, that's best, isn't it, Colin? I'm deliberately not saying anything till we get home. Then we'll make a cup of tea and we'll talk it through.
Sod all to talk about. I'm finished.
I feel sorry for people. You can just imagine some poor people, they confess to anything. But I said to myself, just deal with the facts. Well, you don't know what you're walking into, so just deal with the facts and keep a brave face. Well, they can't force you. I mean, I didn't know what was going on. You could have been framed for goodness knows. I didn't know. I don't believe you're guilty, Colin. They said thieving. You're not a thief. What's happened?
I got nicked.
Colin. Colin, talk to me. You've got to tell me.
No, I'm finished.
These are my personal thoughts. I'm not speaking aloud because that would mean that my husband will be able to hear what I'm saying. And at this stage, I seem to be unable to find the appropriate words to make it possible for us to discuss recent events. I failed painfully in this attempt last night. He said he had answered enough questions to last him a lifetime. So we watched a documentary on television. Subsequently, we arranged ourselves in bed like strangers and prepared to sleep back to back without skin contact. I said, "I do love you, Colin. You know that, don't you?" He didn't reply. Now this morning, the morning after, with the sun's rays streaming in, a new morning, the sun shining, our lovely new quilt cover. We were going to do the garden this weekend. What's going to happen to the garden now? Am I still allowed to think of the garden? Is this just one of life's disappointments? Or is this reasonable cause for a state of shock?
Never mind, eh? What don't kill you makes you less sensitive, doesn't it?
Hello, Mum. It's Elaine. Mum, will you be my mum, please?
Home still sweet home, dear. That's right. Take your coat off and give it to your mum to hang up, and then you can go and settle yourself in front of that nice warm fire.
Thanks, Mum. You're a real mum.
Of course I am, dear.
Is Daddy still at the office?
Yes, he'll be home presently, wearing his felt hat and his old gabardine. And knowing Daddy, I expect it'll be as difficult as ever to believe he's got male paraphernalia inside those baggy old trousers of his. Something's the matter, isn't it? I thought so. Well, I'll just go and make us a lovely hot malted food drink full of natural country goodness, and then you can tell me all about it, right? Won't be a chew. Here we are. Right, let's get ourselves comfy. Come on, dear. Lovely. Let's each take a quick sip and say, ah. Ah.
Ah.
Well then, so what's all this about?
Oh, Mum.
Now, don't let's have any self-pity, Elaine. It isn't very English, and it doesn't invite sympathy. Just give me the facts.
Colin's been arrested for stealing money from his employers. He's guilty. His case comes up next week. Your daughter is married to a criminal.
Is this true?
Yes, Mum.
Well, is there some explanation?
I don't know.
Well, did he have a political motive or some such?
Like what?
Well, I don't know. So, am I supposed to understand this was a petty criminal offence for personal gain, is that it?
He didn't need the money. We've got savings.
Well, are you by any chance pregnant, Elaine?
What?
Are you by any chance incubating a financial liability?
No, we were going to finish the house first.
Well, so it's all a bit of a mystery, is it? He just suddenly lurched into depravity.
Oh, Mum, don't say it like that. I want you to be my mum.
Well, I'm sorry. But this is the sort of calamity that redefines a mother-daughter relationship, isn't it? Oh, why do you suppose he did it?
I don't know. Oh, maybe he was just trying to prove something. I don't think I really want to know.
No. Well, I suppose you feel you might have in some way contributed towards his feelings of inadequacy.
Mum, don't start on me. I want you to be on my side.
Well, of course I'm on your side, silly.
Well, then let me tell you how miserable I am, Mum. I'm really so desperately miserable I can hardly speak. It's like my whole world has lost its shine. Even my lovely new kitchen, I can see stains around the taps, hairline cracks in the plasterwork, grime on the Venetian blinds. Oh, Mum!
It all sounds a bit of a mess.
It's my life, Mum. It's ruined.
I think I need a stiff whiskey. Elaine?
I just want a good cry and a cuddle, Mum.
Dear, I don't think you can afford a lavish display of emotion at present. What you need is a good solicitor. I feel sure we can rely on your father for the practical details. He'll probably offer to give Colin a good thrashing too, but best not to encourage that.
You never did like Colin, did you? Did you?
Do you really want me to answer
You
that?
didn't, did you?
Very well, no, I didn't.
No.
And I did warn you, but you wouldn't listen to words like background and prospects, would you?
But you wouldn't let me just live with him, would you? No, that wasn't good enough.
We couldn't have stopped you, Elaine. We couldn't approve, that's all.
We were happy when we just lived together.
Yes, well, I don't see any point in waking all that up again. You are married to him. He's done this thing. The point is, how are you going to deal with it? Well,
I don't know.
well, you must just say what you want, dear. Now, what do you want to be the outcome of all this?
I can't think, Mum. I just want it not to have happened.
Then think. How much does it matter?
Oh, of course it matters.
Well?
Oh, I don't know. I'm in a state of shock. I just feel completely let down.
Well, it's a perfectly sensible state of mind for a
Oh,
married
Mum.
woman. I'm sorry, dear, but this is decision time, isn't it? We have to find a way of talking about it.
Talk.
Now, have you had a proper all implications on the table talk with Colin yet?
No. I think we're both scared of what we might end up saying.
Well, we all live in dread of that, dear.
I just don't know what anything means anymore.
Oh, fiddlesticks. Look at this. Not that, this. Look at this.
So?
I expect you suppose this is almost a cardigan, don't you?
Suppose.
It is. But it could quite easily be almost 8 balls of wool. This needle makes all the difference.
Do you mean Colin's pulled our needle out?
Well, yes. That's exactly what I mean, Elaine, although I was hoping to be a little more mysterious about it. Yes, Colin has pulled your needle out, but he hasn't yet unravelled your cardigan. So now, it's up to you. Do you want to stick the needle back in and carry on knitting? Or will you let the fabric of your marriage be unravelled and save the rest of your wool for someone new?
We can still do the garden, can't we?
Spoiled.
What?
Everything's spoiled. Everything. Did you pay the curtain bill with that money? The quilt cover? That new camera? You got that new camera, didn't you?
Just goes to show, doesn't it?
What? What does it go to show?
Goes to show it's all a load of show, doesn't it? In my opinion, it all goes to show it's all a load of empty, bloody show.
Some people don't deserve to moan.
Moaning ain't the way, though, anyhow, is it? Expect we could all find something to moan about. We let ourselves get serious.
You've got a duty to keep cheerful, though, ain't you?
Well, it's your attitude, isn't it? You've got to be flexible.
Where's he going?
Going to blow his head off, I expect.
Afternoon.
Afternoon. Can I help you?
Yes, please. I'd like about half a dozen brochures with colour pictures of faraway places, please.
What sort of places are you interested in, sir?
Well,
Sun and sand, snow and ice, flora and fauna.
no, I don't really mind. I just want something cheerful to look at while I'm waiting at the bus stop. Please.
Well, let's see what we've got. Probably not a great deal at the moment.
That's all right. I should be grateful for anything.
Oh, don't bother. We're in the business of giving away free brochures to total time wasters.
I've got a big willy.
Let's have a look then. So I think you might find something in there.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Well, thank you for keeping me waiting.
Another bloody armchair tourist.
How do you know?
Oh, I can spot them just like that, Elaine.
I expect you want to hear the latest about me and Colin now, don't you?
Wow. Now that we have got a moment to ourselves, I was just going to say to you, honestly, love, doesn't have to be the end of the world, you know.
Is trials coming up tomorrow?
I know, but honestly, love, I mean, I know it's bound to be miserable for you, and I don't expect you deserve it, but this is the sort of unexpected event that gives people like me a real thrill, you know. Fancy a nice, normal girl like you suddenly being dropped in the dirt, and what if he gets sent to prison?
Fletcher here, please. Yes. You're Mr. Colin Fletcher? Yes. Very good. I'm Lovell from Blood and Guts, representing Mr. Fletcher. How do you do? Sorry I'm late. It's terrible. Too many cases. I'm the boy, so you get all the rubbish. Is this Mrs. Fletcher?
Yes.
Very nice. Well, we've got a few minutes, so let me see. Ah. No, that's not you. You must be in here. Hope to get a game in lunchtime, the way this is going. Ah, here we are. Yeah, that's right. Now, there are 4 charges, Mr. Fletcher. They're quite grave, but given your previously clean record, if we just go over the main details...
They're not likely to send him to prison, are they?
Well, we might be in for a nasty surprise, Mrs. Fletcher. It was a considerable sum of money.
But we paid it all back.
Well, yes. As I say, hopefully we have several grounds. And given the circumstances, I may do better to seek recourse to legalese. So, first, I should say that the actus reus of theft is the appropriation of another's property, and the mens rea is dishonesty in appropriation, together with the intention of permanently depriving that person of that property. Now, under Section 2 of the Theft Act, 1968, a person's appropriation of property belonging to another is not to be regarded as dishonest if he appropriates the property in a belief that he has a right in law to deprive the other person of that property, or in the belief that he would have the other's consent if the other knew of the appropriation and its circumstances, or if he appropriates the property in the belief that the owner cannot be discovered by taking reasonable steps. Following the verdict of guilty, the accused is asked if he has anything to say before sentence is passed. Then pleas in mitigation are heard.
These are grave charges, Fletcher. And you may be aware that I am not the sort of judge to be impressed by your cute little buttocks. It is my habit, moreover, to reinforce the impression that crimes against property are viewed more seriously than crimes against the average female person. And in judging your case, I have to reflect the disapproval of a nation of shareholders. Fletcher, you have been found guilty of betraying the trust of your employer, the man to whom you owed unremitting gratitude for your very participation in the society of decent white-collared men. That is a privilege you have now forfeited once and for all, as a result of the criminal record with which I am about to couple your name. From henceforth, Colin Fletcher, you will be a person from whom explanations are demanded, and all applications for credit refused. However, in deciding upon the exact nature of your sentence, I must allow several factors to incline me towards a measure of leniency, not least the fact that you have familial connections with someone who can afford to pay for legal representation. It is, moreover, your first known offence, and your pretty young wife has seen fit to stand by you in court. I therefore propose to underline this severe telling off with a sentence of
Bonfire!
I don't know why we come to this pub.
no.
My next guest tonight is a different sort of instant celebrity. More instant than me even, and that's an achievement I respect. Described as a downwardly mobile, junk the system, wide boy made bad, he recently hit the local headlines because there wasn't much else going on last week. Well, what can I say, Cole? Well, rather you than me, that's what I say. But no, this must have been a big event in your life, so what was it like? Hey? No, I mean really. Hey, what was it really like to get found out and turned over, eh, Cole? Nearly had me fooled there, Cole. We got a wild one in tonight. Bit of a rebel, aren't you, Cole? But now, come on, now, don't be hostile. Tell us your business. Everyone wants to hear your side of the story. You're a variety act now, so come on, what was going on inside that primitive brain of yours, eh, Cole? All right, okay, I'll tell you what I think. Yeah? Yeah, shall I do that?
Yeah, go on,
Yeah,
go on.
yeah, all right, okay, lovely. I think you had this personality problem with your boss. Sarcastic old sod, was he, eh? I think you wanted to get your own back on him. So, there you were, Cole, in a prime position to stick your hand in the till. So you did. And you thought, brrr, 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 ding, I'm on to a good thing here.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy! Right! So you did it again, and you did it again, till your hand was slipping in and out of that till like whatever you fancy. And why not? Why not, Cole? Bet you thought you were surrounded by a bunch of dildos, didn't you? Well, I don't know. I'm breaking my balls for you here, but I think you're a bit of a dickhead, aren't you, mate? I mean, if it was me, you know, I mean, if I was going to blow out and to hell with it all, I'd at least get myself a good line worked out, you know? Good angle. But you can't even talk about it, can you? Eh? Can't even talk about it.
Talk.
Can't even talk about it. 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 Can't even talk about it.
She's walked in. That's the mother. No, up at the bar, look. Poor woman. Imagine if our Janine, if her Kevin. Lucky they live in Peterborough. Fancy being the mother in all this. What must she be thinking? You want another in there? I feel I should say something to her. Hello, it's Mrs. Acton, isn't it? I'm Mrs. Payne. Kath. I work with your Elaine.
Oh, hello.
We have met once when you came into the shop.
Yes.
Is Mr. Acton not with you, then?
No, he's in Huddersfield for some reason. But I frequently drink alone.
Same again, please, Blondie. Could I get you a drink, Mrs. Acton?
Why not? A whiskey, please.
And a whiskey, please, love. I'm here with my husband, Gordon, which amounts to drinking alone, save for the look of it. I used to feel funny about coming up to the bar by myself, but these days there's no shame, is there? I mean, you don't feel unladylike, do you?
I'm somewhere else in my own mind.
Well, I suppose you can still try and fool yourself. I mean, it must be hard. I mean, you're not going to want to believe it's any of your making, are you? All this muck and drama.
I simply feel I have been cast in a role, and it is up to me to point out that people simply don't respect the same standards anymore. They don't even trouble to pretend.
Well, I know what you mean. I'm of an age, aren't I? Thanks, love. I mean...
Cheers.
Cheers. I mean, life used to be a lot more black and white than it is today, and that's the plain truth, isn't it?
Quite. And consequently, people knew better what was expected. Thank you.
I mean, I know we're beating about the bush a bit. Thanks, love. But what do you say to a daughter these days? I mean, it's all very well for me to speculate. I'm not the one with the problem, but I have to say, I think a woman has to look out for herself. And, I mean, to come to the point, your Elaine set herself up for this one, hasn't she?
I dare say that's for me to say in the event.
Sorry, Mrs. Acton. I should keep my big mouth shut, I expect. But honestly, I have to say, it strikes me she's been living in Fantasyland. Really, if you ask me. And, well, the world we live in is just not like that, let's face it.
Actually, I hate people who use that expression, both those expressions.
Well, as her mother, you're bound to take it personally. I expect people will say you overprotected her, pushed her into marriage.
Frankly, I don't see why people have to spell things out in such detail these days. We all know there's a seamy side. Hidden motives, dark desires, and all the rest of it. Why keep dragging it to the surface? I think it's very unnecessary.
Well, you can blame television for that.
Everybody talking about everything. Having opinions. I shouldn't be here.
There you go. But in fairness, it's not really you, is it? I mean, once they leave the nest, they're on their own, make or break. On the other hand, once a mother...
I honestly thought marriage would mature them.
What, you mean make them grow up?
Was that so unreasonable?
You should take a look at Gordon.
I think there are some things I prefer not to see.
He's probably wondering where I've got to.
I just think Elaine deserved better, even if only on the strength of her O-levels. Now it all seems such a waste.
Still, I expect there's worse to come. Well, I better be leaving you to it. He's got no imagination of his own.
I'm a stranger to these parts.
I just don't know what to do.
I thought you decided to stick by him.
But it isn't as easy as I thought.
I mean, it's harder.
Heaps.
How?
I can't tell you, Mum. It includes a reference to sex.
Yes, well, we don't talk about that sort of thing in this family, do we?
No, Mum. Especially not when it includes leather accessories.
What?
Oh, let's just say he's gone a bit funny.
He only got community service. Is he threatening you, dear?
Well, he makes suggestions. It was just horrible.
Yes, well, necessity is the mother of convention.
Meaning what, Mum?
I do very little else. I have time to think of these things.
He just doesn't care anymore. I can't talk to him. He's changed.
You have tried, have you?
It's like something on the telly.
It's like a pigsty. You're going to be shocked. Hi.
Colin, this whole house is an absolute mess.
I know. I'm certainly going downhill fast, aren't I?
Colin, we've got to talk.
What for? Doesn't this say everything?
No, you know what for. For the sake of our marriage.
Funny things, bodies, aren't they?
Have you been down to the Social Security?
No, couldn't be fact. No, I've just been lying around the house and lousing it up, basically. Oh, no, not quite true. I have actually done 2 new things today. I had an erection. First time this fortnight. I stuck a photo of it on the fridge for proof. And I tried out the feel of a razor blade on the backs of my wrists. Actually, I had the erection after this business with the razor blade. Like I say, funny things, bodies. Well, gotta tell the whole truth, haven't you?
Colin, what do you expect me to say? I don't know how to behave with you like this. I'm trying so hard. What am I supposed to do?
Tough one.
Don't you care about us anymore?
I'm a criminal, aren't I? I've got a different point of view now, haven't I?
Surely not that different.
Oh, come along, love. Think about it. You're nearly convinced. Look, I know you'll need to look back later and convince yourself you gave me every chance to pull myself together and all that. Well, don't worry about it. You're being very decent. It's not your fault. Yeah, remember I said that, weren't you? Because chances are I'll get nastier as time goes on. More pathetic. A bit warped. Yeah, I think I'll end up pretty warped as time goes on. Got this big fat rat chewing my guts up, see? It's not a very nice thought, that. Can't get the bugger off me, though. Oh, save the superior look, love. I'm not a raving loony.
You've given up, haven't you?
Yeah, I think I have.
And you can just lie there and say that, can you?
Yeah. It's one of the fascinating things about being eaten alive. You can watch yourself disappearing.
Colin, stop it! Stop it! Stop it! For God's sake, you won't be sent to prison!
See. No shame. I wasn't even sent to prison. I should have suffered something a bit more obvious to pull off a convincing breakdown, shouldn't I? Community service sounds more like cause for a headache.
You do blame me, don't you?
Do I?
Well, if you don't, then why? Why do you want to make me feel I'm on a different side from you?
Oh, just give up on me, love. I'm rat meat. I disgust you. Look at me. I've changed.
He's changed. I'm scared of him, Mum.
Yes, I can see that. I wouldn't repeat any of these details to your father, Elaine. He's got rather fixed ideas about that sort of behaviour. Well, I'm only trying to avoid extra complications. Daddy's totally on your side, as it is, and I'm just trying to be the voice of reason.
I don't think Dad's got a clue.
Well, it's best to present things simply to him. Men aren't very subtle about situations.
I don't think either of you understand. You just think I'm being a baby, don't you? You think this is somehow my fault, don't you?
All I think is either you and Colin have got to change together as a result of all this, or you must bring it to an end and start your life again, Elaine.
Well, he's walked out on me.
What?
He's walked out on me. Don't ask me, I don't understand. We had so much. Our lovely house. Both of us earning good money. Plenty for the baby. You didn't need to steal.
Oh, I guess I did.
Stupid, you did not. We've got over £3,000 saved.
Give us a kiss.
What?
Oh, well. Better get moving. Chuck us that jacket, love. What? Jacket! I'll just take the camera. You can have all the rest. Well, I think I'm kind of done with things now. It's a daft way to spend your life, really, collecting things. I'm just going to watch other people at it now. Have a laugh. Life's unbearably bloody bearable. You know.
Girl. It's only a television programme.
to say. Huh? I did love Elaine. We were happy. We were happy. We knew each other from school. I just think it was all wrong getting married. Husband and wife, all that bloody playing the part. In-laws, mortgages. We used to be friends, going out. We got this flat together. That was all right. It was all right. Then her mum and dad started on. All that stuff about a judge was a load of crap. He was a magistrate. And I only got 2 months community. With costs. Anyhow, got this flat out in Dalston now. There's this other girl. Used to work with her at the bookies where I got done from. Everyone was on the bloody field there. It wasn't just me. I was just the one that got done. Bugger it. I did try to phone Elaine. I went round. Thought we could talk. But anyway, that's years back. It's nearly 2 years back. Don't know what she's doing now. Wish her well. You hear me saying that, Elaine? Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I wish you well.